Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
Welcome back to an episode of Wrestling Around. And for the first time ever, doing AEW. It's old news. That means it's retro, so that means we can cover it. Doing AEW Blood Guts. But before we get into that, joining me is a well-famous Ted Peters. Ted Peters, how are we doing?
Very well, thank you. I've got a box of... This candy company is not sponsoring Restaurant. Nerds. Do you remember these rude boys?
Yeah. Do you know what? I went off them because like Nerds ropes. You remember the Nerds rope?
No, I've not had that.
No. So it's basically, I don't know, like a big, long... Well, you want the ones you get from All Fair.
Yeah.
Them ones. Yeah, whip, but but the one without the white bit in the middle.
It's more, like a licorice whip.
That's it.
Whipping. A licorice whip.
And they've got Nerds on them, but they come in a massive long box, and the box is only like half full. That's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's like a bag of crisps, and it's just full of air.
Yeah, it's just a night. Yeah, no, but I can understand the crisps because you don't know the crisps can move about, but they made the cardboard far too long for the rope. I just don't trust them. I don't trust them anymore. Is what I'm saying.
These are good though. I've got the rainbow ones today.
Cool. Joining me as well is Lou Malcolm. Lou, how are we doing?
Stress.
Why?
Because I ordered the sandwich like 45 minutes ago. It's not here yet, and now I'm going to eat it on air.
Oh, good.
And how far away is the place that you ordered it from you?
It's literally like 15 minutes walk, so I could have just gone down and got it. But it's just I got to the point on Uber Eats where I got the map, and now the map's disappeared again. It just says sorry, this order was delayed, and we're back to the start.
Struggling to get a driver? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, is there a strike on this week or something? I don't know what's going on.
On a Sunday? I don't know.
Step into the map.
There's got to be someone, but yeah. So I'm hungry. I've been to the gym this morning, and I thought I'll order a sandwich because I've built my calories, so I can order a sandwich, and here we are. But it's 40 minutes later. We were meant to start recording 20 minutes ago. It's still not arrived. So.
It's true. You have.
If I disappear, there's a bit of munching. We have to wait for you to get out of bed as well. That's fair. So,
I got a bit. 20 minutes ago.
But I just wanted to.
It is early.
Yeah, we're coming out of lockdown. I just wanted to give an important message to everyone. Really. Obviously, this has been recorded on a Sunday. So as it, tomorrow, like restrictions are lifted, people can eat inside. A lot of people are going to be eating out, and a lot of people will get asked the question: do you want to upgrade to sweet potato fries? No, don't do it. Right? Just ridiculous. It's like $1.50 more. You get about 4, and it's real soggy, and you call it an upgrade.
Yeah, it's
not an upgrade. It's fucking bollocks, and they don't taste as good at all. Like it's just fucking shit. No, the shite.
I like a sweet potato.
Shite vegetable.
I think if you get well done, if you get like not as well done as an overcooked like steak, but if you get like the best sweet potato fries, then yeah, maybe. But they're not. It's never there.
Like, do you want to upgrade? It's fucking shite.
I always find that when a sweet potato a sweet potato tastes the sweetest is when you eat it raw.
Never eaten a raw sweet potato.
I just had a cube of it once to try. It was quite nice. I've had a cube of raw normal potato.
Feels like a real tough, like real dense.
No, it's all right. It's just
what was wrong with you?
I just wanted to see what it was like. It was fine.
What's to be fair, you can't eat much, can you? So
exactly.
You've got to branch out.
It's a delicacy, isn't it? Called white potato, called sweet potato.
Someone at work once did make like a sweet potato cake, and it was really nice. It's like a chocolate cake with like a sweet potato base. I think that's what makes it vegan to that. But
yeah, it's like you can make
you take other stuff out as well.
With courgettes as well.
What's wrong with people?
Yeah, no, it's really nice, really moist.
No,
it makes that's how you
can't tell. That's
how you make it moist. Instead of it having the egg and milk in it, that's what makes it moist.
It's not like you're eating like a patty with chocolate.
Yeah. Cake with gravy on it or something like that.
Just don't get it. I don't get carrot cake. I don't get that.
Carrot cake's brilliant. It's one of my favourite cakes.
Of course, it's one of your favourite cakes. What's your favourite cake got in it? Fucking carrot. The man who eats raw potatoes.
Yeah. But no, I just thought I'd make that public service announcement because a lot of people will be like, oh, yeah, I'll treat myself. I'll upgrade to the sweet potato fries.
No, it's
nonsense.
This is what we do here.
They are far too expensive.
It is. I agree.
You shouldn't call it an upgrade. It's a swap.
No.
It's a downgrade.
It's a downgrade.
They should pay me to take the sweet potatoes off.
The sweet potato fries. Do you want to pay £1.50 as regular chips?
Just not made for chipping.
That's like a demand, though, isn't it? Somebody says you're having sweet potatoes, but now you've got to pay extra for regular.
The thing is, they're all late to cook as well, aren't they, sweet potatoes?
I think I give up on them. I've done a few. Yeah.
I got into Joe and tried cooking them. But...
Listen, I hope you're all enjoying sweet potatoing around.
Well, you're getting saying the important stuff. We say what needs to be said on this.
People need to know, because
other podcasts are too scared to talk about this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. No one was talking about it.
Well, does this happen to you often then? Do you?
No, I just see people doing it. I'm like, you fool. You fools.
You just imagine having
the fries are a lie.
I ain't had sweet potatoes in a while. I'll
First time out of the year, I'll treat myself, Janice. No.
You run out of nowhere, slap the sweet potato out of a hand.
No, don't do it.
You'll be stood outside of every restaurant with a sign saying the fries are a lie.
Nonsense.
If you are enjoying your sweet potato fries, slap sweat your hand. Lou from Wrestling Around to say
when I was in America once,
Lou Markham on Twitter.
I went to this restaurant and you could swap your fries for onion rings, and I was like, that's a bad spot because you're just going to get like 5 onion rings instead of chips.
Yeah.
So, but this guy did it. No, literally, like normally if you get like a burger and chips, like half the plate is reserved for chips.
Yeah,
that was all onion rings.
Gosh, it's America, isn't it?
Yeah, it looked too much for me, but still.
Breast's going to stink after that as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
depends what else you're having, though, to be fair.
Yeah, so shout out to Mike, the tour guide. Who has his own podcast called American Anthology, which you should check out. It's the history of the United States.
Oh, right, cool.
Yeah.
And what happened on Wrestling Around Weekly Wrestling Federation?
Oh, shit, hell yeah. That's what happened.
So the Wrestling Around Wrestling Federation Weekly Wrestling... Wednesday Weekly Wrestling.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
The coward, Randy Anderson.
The
absolute coward. Again, he reffed the first match, which I was not pleased about.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Some shenanigans.
It was supposed to be the match with the BMG, the Big Metal Gorilla, and he swapped for Randy Orton.
Yeah.
BMG picking up the win, though.
Did. And that's why those two will... So Randy Anderson, he's got no escape when he faces the BMG in a steel cage match at Wrestling Backlash.
Wrestling Mania Backlash.
Wrestling Mania Backlash, that was the one. That's
very good. Also, we have Arn Anderson retained his title.
He's one of them. Big bald guy.
Against a henchman. He's going against Luke Gallows. Was it Tomko? Tyson Tomko?
Yes, it was.
Tyson Tomko. Why did John lost again to the business pig?
Yeah.
The big bad wolf.
Yeah, what is
intentions are still unknown.
Yeah.
I think it's quite clear that he's part of the head business now.
Is it though? Like it's there in the background all the time.
Terry Peters, did he pick up the win?
He fucking won.
Yeah, the won.
He beat Ken Shamrock in a Lions Den match, which was unexpected.
Picked up the W.
Got sap out of a surfboard, which again was unexpected. Yeah, bloody hell! Ahmed Mohammed is on his way.
Oh, good.
Sausage sandwich.
Getting your sausage sandwich. Happy days. What else happened? Oh, we had the last chance battle royal.
Yeah,
the main event.
Adam Pacitti. And
Pacitti, Tom Campbell from Cult Holly. Is it an invasion from Cult Holly?
We'll find out, won't they?
They're added to the... What is it going to be then?
It's a four-way ladder match for us in this. The second round of the tournament is also the final. It's a four-way ladder match.
well, still a tournament. If there's
we've got
preliminaries.
The Head Business, Samoa Joe and Ronald McDonald. Who's the other team? Oh, Terry Peters and the Spooky Skank.
Peters and Spooky
How did I forget?
I've been told they're going to be in matching outfits.
Well, Ross, you should. I made the entrance for them last night, and they're coming out together.
Right.
Yeah,
well, it's about time one of them.
Yeah, just to kind of lower the amount of time people are waiting for entrances. I've actually put the tag teams in tag teams now.
Good, that's good. And what else? Yeah, we had another trios match. We had Shawn Michaels versus Triple H.
Yeah, Triple H won, didn't he?
Triple H won 3-zip again, which proves that you always win 3-zip.
Yeah, 5 minutes away.
I think that was it. Was that?
No, there was a brawl between. There
was
Kermit the Frog and Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho took a hell of a bump
again.
Yeah.
You can't put Chris Jericho in that.
But no, Kevin the Frog is well, and he's going to be in the title match. So it's staying as that, and also
staying as a singles.
What's been announced for tonight's show is that Bob Holly is issuing an open challenge for his Bob in the Bank briefcase.
So when is WrestleMania back on?
Tonight?
So that'll already been.
No, it's tonight as it goes. As in, like,
it's on the Wednesday.
Yeah, KFAB,
it's on the Wednesday.
No, because people listen to this on the Wednesday, so it's tonight.
Yeah, so it's on the Wednesday.
It's on the Wednesday. We don't, because I was going to do it on a Sunday, but like, we're recording this out. So.
Too many real life's in the way.
Yeah. I'll still go if I sandwich arrives, that is. Anyway. Thanks, Uber Eats. This is why I use Deliveroo.
Deliveroo better?
Deliveroo, arrives on time, Russ. It doesn't make you wait 55 minutes for a microwave sandwich from Starbucks. That's all I'm getting. It's not like I'm getting anything fancy. Just to peek back behind the curtain.
You ever worry that they're going to eat? Just say it delivered.
I feel like that's happened before. One time, like, it's literally, it was only Deliveroo, like, my driver got halfway, and then he just said, no, it's not coming down. He started the order again. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I
ordered at the same time as my friend who lives around the corner.
Yeah.
And then theirs was, like, the same driver, like, obviously they're going to drop two off at once.
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen, so I don't know if he just stopped.
So maybe that's what he does.
Yeah, either that or
rest in peace, that driver.
Yeah. If you speak, complain. You fucking love a burger and chips.
I always worry about Uber drivers over it. Like you might get like a free gift from the restaurant. When you order of a certain amount.
That's how I discovered seltzer. Yes.
Well, I always worry that they're gonna take it because I'll never know that it's there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe I'm just a suspicious guy.
Yeah.
Because a regular takeaway, when it's their drivers, they're going to get it all the time, so they're not that asked, are they? You've got
to check your nugs. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe there's one nug.
Yeah.
Maybe there was something else. Maybe there was a fancy toy or something that's just been took.
Yeah.
So there we go. Right, any other business? Should we do Blood and Guts?
We should get into it, really, shouldn't we?
We probably do it. We've been flopping our gums for 15 minutes now. It's AEW Blood and Guts then. It was on May the 5th, 2021 at Daly's Place, Jacksonville, Florida. 1,600 people there live for the second half of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one match, wasn't it? Wasn't even the second
one match, yeah. We've got Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone and Excalibur on commentary. What do we think of the commentary setup?
Don't mind it.
Well, whilst they were eating, they went to the South End Zone Market just north of the amphitheatre.
Forgot about that. What was the
I did wonder if you were going to do that, but
and it was a Bud Light party zone.
Oh right, okay.
Not a lot because it's a weird concession to cashless at the moment. Obviously, because of COVID, that's good.
That's good. Good way to stay everyone safe. It's not over yet, guys. Get your vaccines.
Yeah. You actually said we'll get into the show. That sounds like did you have
fun? I've had mine. Me are mates. That's all there is.
There we go. Peter's is that it. It's just me.
That's all there is. Yeah. Stabbed it in me. Didn't at the time, but now the day after, it's a bit dead.
Yeah. But interesting.
It feels like there's a microchip.
Which one did you get?
The Bill Gates one.
I thought it was all of them.
I don't know. I got the Pfizer one.
Oh yeah.
Which is for
I know someone who likes the Pfizer, so yeah.
Okay. It was about on vaccines, anyhow. No, by the way, nobody's putting microchips in your arm. Get the fucking vaccine.
Yeah,
you morons.
They already did that when you were born, honestly.
But have you heard when somebody put
hang on a minute.
Oh, so, yeah.
You guys carry on.
I'll carry on with my vaccine conspiracy then. So the reason somebody asked Bill and Melinda Gates, are you putting microchips in vaccines? And the answer that Melinda Gates gave was, don't be so silly. Of course not doing that. The technology doesn't exist yet.
Brilliant.
So that's why you're safe, guys, because they don't know how to do it. No, in all seriousness, get your frigging vaccine. Let's go get back to normal. Terry Peters has got a new house. The new normal, Peters.
New norm.
You're just snacking on nerds, aren't you?
This event felt like a bit more normal, didn't it, with crowds there?
With crowds, it did. I don't know.
I know there's only 1,600 of them there, but yeah.
It's nice to have noise, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I do think they pumped some sound in that. Sounded like they did pump a bit of sound in.
I think they'll have to. Because with it being replayed, I do wonder if they maybe put something over in the arena for that night, but Don't matter.
No, there was just you could tell who they wanted you to boo, is what I would say.
But that's fine. WWE do exactly the same thing, don't they? So,
to be fair, and it helps. Somebody who doesn't watch the show, it helps what we're supposed to be against.
But
so I had no idea.
We start, don't we, with Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
Moxley and Eddie Kingston against MT Nakazawa and Kenny Omega.
First point.
Go on.
Justin Roberts turns his John up to 10 and his Moxley is at about a 7. Turn your John down to an 8. Bring your Moxley up a little bit. Don't just... Oh, it wound me up somewhat rotten. He just blew his load, didn't he, on the John, and Moxley was just, it was done. And then Eddie Kingston was just like, Eddie Kingston. What? I don't give him a chance, mate.
I don't get the hype of Eddie Kingston, personally.
I was saying someone yesterday, I don't get him. I wasn't a fan of him. I thought he looked like an extra from the Karate Kid.
Yeah, I just don't get it. Anyway, we'll discuss that
more.
Apparently
he's good on the mic. But
I heard someone say he's like one of the best ever. Is he?
But we didn't hear him to comment, did we? To be fair, we haven't heard him to comment. But in ring wise, wasn't.
Look how happy he's got his sandwich. Look how happy he is.
But yeah, I thought he looked a bit like an extra from Karate Kid.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
He was discussing Eddie Kingston and how me and Terry Peters don't get him.
I think he looks like a shaved Rob Van Dam.
I say he looked like an extra from. I said he looked like an extra from Karate Kid.
I think some of his promos are good, but I think some of them they try to add.
I was just saying as well,
in general is a bit of a triad organisation.
I was saying that Justin Roberts needs to turn his John down from an 11 to an 8, and his Moxley up from a 6 to an 8 because they're all out of puff any after that John.
I like that.
I know he did it with Cena as well, and that used to fucking wind me up as well. So it's not just because he's in AEW. He just generally winds me up the way he says it.
Anyhow, then at the start of the match, so we've got Don Callis. He says Omega,
Jackal,
the AEW World Champ, won't be there, and it'll be a handicap match.
MT Nakazawa doesn't look impressed, does he?
Does he always wear street clothes?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nakazawa?
Yeah.
No, sometimes he's like greased up in it, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah.
He looked like
he's like a comedy wrestler, isn't
he? Yeah, I was going to say, I imagine that was the stick that he was.
Continue.
So then, as Moxley and Kingston come out, Omega attacks him, so she's a regular tag match anyhow.
No problem with that.
No,
doing that, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I think for me, the thing getting my head around was this: this wasn't a pay-per-view, was it?
It was meant to be a pay-per-view, but it was shown on free TV.
This was just a weekly show, really, though. Wasn't it?
Well, yeah, but I think last year before it got cancelled, it was meant to be a PPV.
It's a crunch
with the crunch.
That looked like a lot more than a sausage sandwich. What else have you got?
This is where we find out that he's bought half a Starbucks.
This is right. You normally hear what people eat at the venues. What's Louis eating at his menu today?
Well, I got my.
Oh God! So it's not just a sausage sandwich you've ordered then.
I got my Java chip frappuccino, and then I've got a what's in the bag?
Sausage sandwich should not come in 2 bags.
3 bags, yes.
3 bags.
I got a lemon cake after.
So you've not just ordered a sausage sandwich then, have you?
No, you got to order the minimum spend, don't you?
A lemon cake, a frappuccino. Why is that all in 3 bags? Starbucks do better.
I have no idea why it's. Yeah, I have no idea why it's in there.
Is it because one's hot and one's cold?
Possibly, but you could put the cake and the coffee in the same one, couldn't you?
Might be too cold for the cake though.
Because it's warm. I don't know about you. It's warm today. It's warm here.
Yes, seems a bit.
I fancy the coffee because I've had about 5 hours sleep.
Anyhow, we're back. In this match, then, is a normal match. Is it WrestleMania rules because Nakazawa uses a lanyard to choke someone with, and it's not a DQ?
The referee is inconsistent.
You'll get that in the next match.
The
next match will pick that up, but we'll get there. I didn't notice him use the lanyard. To be fair,
he just chokes him with the lanyard. I'm like, is this okay or not? Or what? What's this? The ref's looking at him doing it.
It's nice then.
I don't know. I mean, this match is, considering it's supposedly got 2 of the best wrestlers in the world, it is what it is.
It's an inoffensive opener.
Omega walks off halfway through, and then Kingston and Moxley win after like a clothesline German suplex thing.
Right, I'm going to just put this out there. There's only 2 star ratings from the 5 matches.
Is it really?
Yeah, he's not rated this one.
Why not?
I don't know.
Because he can't bear to give Kenny Omega a substandard.
He only rates TV matches when they're good.
Right.
So he won't rate like every match on Raw or anything. Because most of it would give it like 1 or 2 stars. Yeah,
which would be fair enough. I thought it was an inoffensive opener. Cool to see a power driver.
There's a lot of things that AEW do, and we'll get on to the main event, which I just find uncomfortable.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I thought it was an inoffensive opener.
I thought it was fine.
It was all right.
Well, he changed the week after, didn't he?
Yeah, it's not. It's Wild Thing.
Wild Thing. Ding ding. You make my heart. Yeah, that one.
Why? Just why?
Because Tony Khan bought the rights, and that's just.
But this is miles better.
Yeah, but apparently it's some tribute to someone.
Yeah, this is miles better.
Was that like an indie one that he used to have? Do think?
No, it was like a tribute to. I want to say someone like I can't remember the guy's name.
This is better.
But yeah,
his one here is better. But yeah, this is like the last time we'll hear it as well, so that's always good.
I don't know. These are two biggest stars. I just thought it was okay when it was a TV match.
The thing is, but they're not going to put on a 5-star classic, are they? On a TV match, they're not going to go. I can understand why. So no problem for me on this one.
So that's anything else to add on the first match then? Well, how was your sandwich going?
It's going all right, but I'm going to have to just pause on mute for a second while I finish it. I think.
Hey, come on, you are a notoriously slow eater. To be fair.
I'll keep talking. What was I going to say though? Yeah, I just thought I think you said the thing about Eddie Kingston. Like, I actually think he's all right, but I just don't think the entrance was as cool as they think it was.
I think it would have been better if Moxley had done it on his own.
And it was fans, possibly.
Yeah, and if there was more fans.
Yeah, it just looks a bit like Moxley's lacking now, doesn't he?
Which he is, isn't he? Is that not his thing?
No, I think
the best mates out there.
I was going to say they are best mates.
They went through hell on the indie scene together, but.
And he stopped John Moxley from being exploded at the end of the match. Didn't
he? That's good. Somebody needed to.
I think it's all right, but it just comes across a bit triad sometimes.
Like say,
but again, this is that promotion in general. To be honest,
it is.
I wasn't overly impressed with him, but I'd watch him again, see what he's about. I'm not just going to write him off after one match.
Well, I'm sure he's got to hear that.
Well.
After the match, then the Young Bucks and the Good Brothers come out and attack everyone, and then Omega runs back and joins in.
Jackson, brother, put your shoe back on. No one wants your bare foot in their face when you're delivering a super kick.
Yeah,
I don't know which one it was. The one that was dressed like Homer when he's fat, like even fatter, working from home
in the Hawaii in the mill.
Yeah.
Imagine if he come out with a mill. That'd be something different. Would enjoy that.
The heels now, aren't they? I think the Young Bucks.
Are the heels?
I think the heels now, by the looks of it.
Yeah, they're heels, but they've always been heels to me because they're just really annoying. Apparently, they're like Charlotte Flair, and that the character just doesn't change. If the face are heel, they're always like this.
And I feel as though they get involved in everything as well.
Yeah, I got that feeling
just from what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
But
Matthew off Botchamania absolutely hates him.
I just never got. Again, they're another one I've never got.
I've never really watched enough of them to get them, but from this, I was like, I don't get what the
it was because like when
is.
Remember we were in Dallas,
we're watching this totally from blind, obviously, aren't we? Which doesn't help. But
yeah, when we were in Dallas 2016, I remember they were at a Ring of Honor show and they were in like a fatal four-way match. And everyone was like going mental for him, and I was just like, I don't get it. These people are really annoying.
I remember you saying,
"Did we watch that?"
Yeah. It was at Ring of Honor. Who was there?
I didn't realize it was there.
There was them, the Briscoes.
Oh, the Briscoes.
I like the Briscoes, but obviously they're just problematic as fuck. One of them is.
Yeah.
I can't remember who else was in it now. Was it Motor City Machine Guns?
Motor City Machine Guns.
And was Sabin Daniels in it? Daniels and Kazarian, were they in it?
Yeah.
I think they might have been in it.
I think Chris Daniels into that. I'll find a card at some point. We'll probably be able to watch it. I think it was
watch that.
I want to say it was. Did we not get Evan Bourne or Matt Sydal and somebody? Maybe it wasn't Motor City Machine Guns. Maybe it was Matt Sydal and somebody else.
I can't remember.
It might have been him and one of the Motor City Machine Guns. Actually,
it's been a long time. Put it that way.
I think Chris Sabin was definitely
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But I just don't get it. But I mean, I think it's hard not watching on a weekly basis, and not. I
don't know.
But whatever.
I don't. Yeah.
But then obviously everyone's favourite henchman come out as well as part of that.
Which is run-ins. There was a lot of run-ins in this show.
Why did Luke Gallows look like Vito with that hat on?
Look, Gallows has got some questionable attire. Why in the end of his WWE run did he start wearing face paint? Nobody asked him to do that. Why did he start doing it? Weird. It was like when Ronda Rousey used to wear face paint.
Yeah, the eye makeup thing. Yeah,
you look ridiculous.
Don't need it, pal.
Just of course, the owners have to be on the top. So that's what I got from that match. How can you? Right, I'm going to say it now because I forget later on. But everyone slags off Triple H for his reign of terror because he's sleeping with the boss's daughter, is married to her. Same thing in this. The owners, or the ones who started the company, they all look the best after their matches.
Yeah. I was thinking, like, the other day about AEW in general and why I kind of instinctively just decided to, like, not like it at the start. Even though, like, sometimes, like, it's because these guys are so annoying. Do you remember when the rumors were coming out of like AEW style, but it wasn't AEW at the time, and it was like, oh, Jim Ross and Chris Jericho are starting a promotion?
Yeah,
that would have been so much better.
Yeah,
like if the Elite weren't there. Like, I like Kenny Omega, but he's a bit niche, isn't he? And I think he wants to just stay niche. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's just kind of.
I actually find Omega in this.
Young Bucks annoying. Cody Rhodes. Can't fucking stand. We'll get to that.
The worst.
But like the rest of the show was quite good. Like the opening match was good. The end match was very good, but we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Like, there's a lot of good stuff on here, but I remember someone like online saying to me, oh, because I was like, it said like, oh, Cody's like really fucking annoying, like after some interview or something, and he's like, oh, he's meant to be because like you're not an AEW fan, so he's a heel to you, but a face to the fans. I'm like, well, that's fucking stupid because I don't want to watch it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like. But actually, yeah, it's just I find the Elite annoying.
Yeah, it would have been better if
yeah, but not in like a good way, like not in like, oh, they're annoying heels, like a Baron Corbin way. Yeah, I've just said Baron Corbin's better than Works, but like, and then
all the internet, you can hear the keyboards now.
Yeah, but yeah, especially with the Young Bucks, though, just like I've always found them pretty irritating. Just as people, like not as wrestling characters, just as people, they just seem very, very annoying to me.
Yeah, it would be better if Tony Khan just started his own wrestling promotion and employed them. He just kept them behind the scenes. I don't think you'd have been annoyed as much. It's the fact that I just hate double standards. I hate the hypocrisy of it all. The WWE. I'm more than happy to call out both companies, but let's call both companies out for the same things.
I've found the card, by the way. It was the Briscoes versus the Addiction, which are Daniels and Kazarian versus Motor City Machine Guns versus the Young Bucks. And we had a main event of Kyle O'Reilly against Adam Cole.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah,
it was the last man standing match, wasn't it?
Yeah, no holds barred.
I know it's bad.
That is fucking mad when you think.
I remember the opening match was Cheeseburger, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Jay Lethal against Cheeseburger, and then Colt Cabana against Jay Lethal.
Like, yeah, he made a big turn, didn't he?
Yeah, because right next to the thing. And then we had Bobby Fish against Roderick Strong.
That was a low-key, really strong show.
Yeah,
well, I really enjoyed that show.
Then we had War Machine on there as well.
I think because that was like
that was a really good.
There was Moose. There was Dijakovic.
It was like an old school WCW card.
Dalton Castle was on there. Dijakovic was on there.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just like this is why you should always like when back to normal. If there's like indie shows going on in your hometown, always go because it's like when you go see like bands at like the Adelphi or something, and then years later you see them at arenas and stuff. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
You could see Nathan Cruz faltering. It's worth it.
He was another random celebrity who popped up in my people you may know the other day. 6 mutual friends.
Yeah. So the hypocrisy of it all. It would have been if they're just not called All Elite Wrestling, called something else.
We've got some hypocrisy from refereeing in the next match, though.
Well, we'll get there then. So we've got QT Marshall. He's against everyone's Lord and Savior, Cody Rhodes.
QT Marshall looks like Shah Samuels.
Marshall's come out with the Factory, which has got loads of people in it. And then Rhodes comes up with Arn Anderson because, doesn't need a manager.
Cody Rhodes looks like he's wearing...
Does Arn stay out or does he just disappear?
No, he stays out.
He stays out. He's there because does he try and punch the ring? Does he try and punch QT Marshall and catches the ring?
They get into like a little thing.
Yeah.
So with QT Marshall, you've got Anthony Ogogo, Nick Comorero, and Aaron Slowlow? Bailey's
ex-boyfriend.
Is that what that is?
Outrageous.
Anthony Ogogo, former British wrestler, boxer.
Yeah, he is. You're
a boxing fan, right? So what's the story on Anthony Ogogo?
He got a really bad eye injury.
He's blind, didn't he? Registered blind. He's Adam Owens.
He could never. Okay, that was outrageous. I took it. Yeah, basically, he got a really bad eye socket injury. And he could never get it repaired. He's tried to come back for ages.
Yeah.
He's always been a huge wrestling fan. But he's a talented person.
I remember turning up to a WWE show in London with King Ross shirt back in the day.
He was bronze medalist at GB Olympics.
He doesn't look out of place, though, does he?
He was a bronze or silver medalist. He wouldn't.
No, he was AEW's first development contract sign.
I said saying to someone yesterday, he could be like a Danny Birch type character, and I'm all for that.
That's what his trademark's to governor, isn't he?
Yeah. So I'm all for
that. But he was a talented boxer. Yeah. He's had loads of like experimental surgery and stuff on it. He just can't. Nobody will clear him, basically. Yeah.
Thing is, with an eye, when boxing as well, when you're getting smashed in the face, it's totally different, isn't it, to wrestling as well?
Yeah.
Totally different. But Cody Rhodes comes out and looks like he's wearing a nappy with his weight belt and then that white patch at the front.
I know.
He looks ridiculous.
He looks ridiculous. His match was shit.
His hair's ridiculous.
Dave gave it 3.75.
What? Really?
Yep.
Maybe it's just my absolute dislike for Cody Rhodes.
To be fair, what annoys me in this is the referee. He takes Cody's weight belt off him, and then QT Marshall just whips Cody with it straight in front of the ref, and then the ref allows it. What is that about?
Yeah.
That is more annoying than anything.
Yeah, the referees like really, really try and get themselves over in AEW, don't they?
And they kept mentioning Arn Anderson being in the first ever Blood and Guts match, which we all obviously all know is a WarGames match, isn't it? They reference that. I quite like QT Marshall though.
I just thought this
was I thought it was alright, QT Marshall.
Yeah, Anderson and Marshall start fighting, don't they? And gets cleared out. A poor referee for out for me. That was the most annoying thing.
This referee was shy.
Yeah, this referee wasn't brilliant.
I guess I'll brain freeze, guys. Just to update you on where I'm at.
But
Marshall uses Cody's finisher on him.
To be fair, Cody gets a nasty little eye cut as well, though, doesn't
he? Yeah.
That eye cut does look a bit nasty.
Just despise him. I just everything about him and everything I hear about him, and then he tries everything he says just winds me up.
You mean like that thing when he won the Ring of Honor title and he got a ring, and he was like, "It's the Ring of Honor," and he just kept telling everyone how clever it was that he got the Ring of Honor. And he's like, "But the Ring of Honor now, it's an actual ring." Remember that?
He's meant to be a nice guy in real life.
Yeah,
I just think he's
so is Nick Knowles there.
Yeah, and he's a dick as well, isn't he?
Sycophant. Is the Nick Knowles a wrestling? That's
if you're listening to this, Nick Knowles,
I don't mind.
Look up book yourself.
I don't mind Nick Knowles.
Of course, you like Nick Knowles.
Yeah, of course. This is one of the lads, isn't he? Have a dark fruits for Nick Knowles. No,
he's alright.
Oh, he's not. He's the worst.
Him and Billy, quality.
Yeah. So anyway, Marshall kicks out with Cody's finisher. Cody Rhodes wins after a figure four because, of course, he does. 12 minutes.
Bit too long. Could have gone. I'd have been happy with about an 8 minutes.
I'd have been happy with no Cody Rhodes whatsoever. After the match, then Anthony Gogo attacks Cody and then covers him with the Union Jack. Do you know why I did that? So Cody can say, "Look, it's not all good things for me. Yeah, I won the match." Everyone
did you see the promo last week?
No.
In response to this.
No.
Oh, no, I haven't seen it.
Hell.
I've heard about I've heard all the memes.
Go on.
Out the British, basically, like
it goes on about 12 minutes.
Iran now.
But basically, yeah, he was like, I'm not going to lay down on another man's flag. And he basically solves racism. It goes on for ages. And then, long story short, Memorial Day, he's, which I think is the next pay-per-view, the day before Memorial Day? Yeah, it's their last, yeah. He's facing Anthony Ogogo. He's doing it for America. So he's going to be the American Dream, Cody Rhodes.
Get over yourself.
Yeah.
Get over yourself, Cody Rhodes.
All the replies because Brandy's on Twitter and she a lot. And she was like, "Yeah, I'm so proud of my husband." And like all the British fans were just posting that meme with that girl who's just like, why?
Is that where that thing's come from?
Why are we the bad guys? But yeah,
I didn't get it. Is it because he's a GB? He was an Olympian.
Put a flag on him.
I know. Is that why he did it?
Yeah, they're just going down the evil foreign heel route, and it's like wrestling fans in general seem to be quite left leaning anyway, so like no one really likes it anyway, do they? But like
No.
AEW is even more so, I would say. Pretty woke. Put them off.
Yeah.
So it was mixed, but most people, even like Alvarez, was like, no, that wasn't very good. And if Brian Alvarez is saying it, he takes the bank.
Well, he is the American Nightmare. That's original.
Yeah.
Justin Roberts says that real annoying as well. The American Nightmare.
I like Justin Roberts. Like,
no.
against him.
No, don't do it.
Tippies.
Bring back the Chim.
Yeah.
Bring back Tony Chimmel.
I think like they should have a gimmick where like he's just Edge's personal ring announcer.
Oh,
Chimmel from now on. Yeah, that's it. That's what I should be doing. Like when Fink was like CM Punk of it. Should do that with him.
Rodrigo being Alberto El Dickheads.
I just think, Cody Rhodes, just stop. He's such a tryhard. And I think everything he does, it basically says, "Look how cool I am." Do you know what I mean?
I want him.
He's Michael Cole.
Even when we were in watching WCW, I found him annoying. Like, it felt too pandery for me.
Well, there was a point where
Pacitti called his promo a wanky promo. So that's
there you go. Then.
There you go.
There was a point before the first AEW event, or what was it, Double or Nothing, or whatever it was called, the first one.
First AEW one was Double or Nothing. Yeah.
Is it the first one they did though?
That was All In.
All In.
All In was brilliant.
Before that though, I remember because was that when he was against Okada, the first All In.
No, he booked himself to beat Nick Aldis for the NWA
I thought that was
Championship.
I thought that was the second one.
What was the one that he beat Goldust?
That was the second. That was Double or Nothing.
That's the one I watched.
I don't think Cody's ever faced Okada in one of these. He might have done a New Japan.
Right.
That was brilliant. That
because I remember
there was someone who went against Okada.
I'm sure it was Cody.
I didn't think he'd done Okada.
No, it was Nick Aldis because he won the title.
The face off loads.
They're doing in America.
I don't know. Anyhow, before that, I remember everyone saying Cody Rhodes needs to start having good matches on the Indies to prove that his leaving WWE is a right decision. Mm-hmm. And I don't see him having great matches since.
No.
But now everyone loves him, and now he's like the best thing ever. Not because Tony Khan's giving him some money. I just hate the hypocrisy of it. Let's just call it what it is.
I think
average.
He's not as worshipped as he was.
No, he's just average.
I think some people are starting to see through it.
There's a lot of animosity between all of the Elite, apparently, isn't there? So.
Is he?
Yeah, so there was a report on Color that they apparently all fell out.
Yeah, I heard that. Well, they've all signed 5-year deals as well, haven't they?
Yeah, because they don't actually own the company. They just
no, they don't own it. They're just they're like Kevin Nash, aren't they, in WCW essentially.
I just think he got lucky getting in the Bullet Club.
no, he played like he did well. Like I don't really like when I find his character annoying, but he did well for himself. Like he knew what he was doing. Like you could say, like in some ways, he trampled over a lot of people to get to where he is. Like he joined the Bullet. Like he basically ripped off New Japan and Ring of Honor. They basically used Ring of Honor to host All Out. And then we're like,
he did, didn't he? Yeah. And then
yeah, he's a very smart businessman. Like behind the scenes, to be good, but it's just like it's Jarrett, isn't he? It's Jarrett. Like, Jeff Jarrett. Like obviously, you listen to his podcast with Conrad now. He knows what he's talking about. He just couldn't help it. But I do the same. Like I'm not going to have a go too much. Just wait until next month when the new challenger for the Wrestling Federation World title comes out and it's me.
You
got to do it, haven't you? But yeah, we've booked Terry Peters in a strong position on that because that's what
damn right.
Doing, yeah.
Right,
EVP.
Let's move on anyway.
Move on. We get Alex Marvez' interview with Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, and Darby Allin attacked him, and then he took on some stairs.
Thought this was quite good for him. To be fair, quite like
yes, it was. I think we've got the natural successor to Jerry Lawler jumping out here.
Darby Allin
flies in because he flies in like horizontal. It was great. Like
he's the guy with the skateboard, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got like a tattoo down his arm of the bones in his arm. I quite like Darby Allin.
Apparently, he pulls in like the biggest reigns, isn't he? Like apparently when he's on TV, the reigns go up.
Well,
his segments are always the highest rated.
I think it's because I don't know. I'm not going to say because it's with Sting, but because he does like so much. He's like their Jeff Hardy, isn't he? Like he's just like a daredevil, which is fine, which is cool and everything.
Yeah.
But I think he's quite a cool character. I was quite impressed with him from when I saw him the first time I watched him.
At first, I was like, it's just like this
fall down some concrete stairs as well. Take some balls that done it as well.
Yeah, it was a.
And I did like when they were putting his face on the studded Louis Vuittons. That was quite.
You're going to use what you're wearing to your advantage, aren't you?
It's a clever spot. And I thought Ethan Page was all right as well in this. I thought this was a good little segment. The fact it was so snappy after what we'd just seen in the ring as well.
I'm glad that Ethan Page referenced the fact that they keep doing these like feuds on the indies and no one watched them. Because apparently they feuded involved, but he just went, "Oh well, no one's seen that."
Yeah,
that's the thing. Because that's the thing with half of AEW. You got to be like, "Oh, this is a rematch from like 7 years ago in Japan," and it's like, I don't know that. Explain it to me.
It's breaking
Michael Scott mean like explain it to me like I'm 5.
Breaking the fourth wall, isn't it? It's cool.
Yeah. So I like that. But yeah, the fact that Darby Allin came in like almost horizontally, which is great for me.
What would you say is better than?
I think that one.
I'm sitting with Lawler.
You
saw Lawler coming out.
No, Lawler's is funny because it was Lawler, but. If Lawler was horizontal when he came in the screen,
Darby Allin's is more impressive of athleticism. Lawler's is just funny.
I'd say Darby Allin's got that in his locker more than Lawler.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. That's why.
Did you see that
Lawler's is funny?
Because I've just sat watching it. I was like, whoa, fucking hell!
Lawler's is funny.
No, but if you would have said to me
behind some boxes,
if you would have said to me someone's coming horizontal, I probably would have. And he said Darby Allin. I'd be like, oh yeah, I get that. But if you'd have said which wrestlers jumped out of boxes in a warehouse onto Taz, Jerry Lawler would be nowhere near the top of my list.
Yeah, true.
They're both great. They're both great for different things, aren't they? Them two. But yeah, I like this segment. I thought it was good. I thought it was a nice, fun little segment.
He loses. He's lost his title, isn't it?
He lost his title like a completely different feud because
he lost it this week, didn't he, to Miro?
They build like 5 stories at once.
He lost it to Miro this week.
Yeah. Well, unless there was shenanigans, I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
no, I want shenanigans. They just absolutely just destroyed them.
We're going to move on to the next match. The only women's match on the card, and it goes 1 minute.
It's weird. This isn't it, a squash match?
Well, to be fair, this is the match where I realised, this is actually just a weekly show, isn't it? Yeah, so I can't get that upset about it. So it's Dr. Britt Baker, DMD against Julia Hart.
Right, I'm putting this out there. Britt Baker, I know she obviously didn't show it in a minute, but what I've seen of her is absolutely brilliant. She's got a really, really strong character. I really, really like her.
She's a dentist, isn't she?
Yeah.
Second.
The natural success that Isaac Yankoff.
Yeah.
Hang on, who is she wrestling?
Yeah,
Julia Hart. Not from Calgary.
Julia Hartley Brewer. That'd be good, wouldn't
it? She's making a dynamite debut. So Britt Baker's with Rebel, in brackets, not Reba.
I think there's 2 that are very similarly named, I guess.
Because I thought it was Matt Hardy's wife. Is that why she says it? She's that Rebby? Yeah. Right. Yeah, Britt Baker wins after 1 minute after a lockjaw. If it's a weekly show, then I don't mind it.
Don't mind the lockjaw. That was quite a cool little finisher. The way she puts a little dentist glove on as well.
Yeah. You know what I mean? A weekly show, you don't mind a squash match to get somebody over. But when before this match, I thought it was a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? So I was a bit like, oh, come on. What we doing here? No. Weekly show, can't get mad.
Like I say, I think Britt Baker's a really good, really talented person. And I think she's done a lot in AEW. Like, she started out not brilliantly because she got a couple of injuries, didn't she? She had a leg injury, and then did she break her nose twice, I think?
Yeah, and she had I can't remember who else is in it.
Did she have
I think Bea Priestley was in it, but there was a really bad match that was on one of their kickoff shows. Because I remember watching it because it was free.
I watched the one where she injured her knee right at the start, and that was like a year ago. But she's really coming to her, and she did that that not long ago where it was a hardcore match, and she took all those...
With Thunder Rosa.
Yeah. That match was brilliant.
But that match was great. But what annoys me is, because I don't follow AEW weekly, but I keep up to date with the storylines because I watch a lot of wrestling news and stuff. Britt Baker lost that match. Then the week after, Thunder Rosa was off telly because she was back in the NWA or whatever, because they're back up and running again. And they were all like, oh, Britt Baker, what a great match. And she's like, thank you. And they were like, oh, that match was so good. You're like the number one contender now. She lost.
Yeah, but if the other person who won goes to NWA, there's not a lot they can do.
Yeah, but if you know that's going to happen,
yeah, but they might not have known it was going to. I'm not sticking up for him, but if they didn't know it was going to happen, there's not.
They must have known. If it's like a week later, they must have known something was going on.
This is the only thing that why I don't always think that cross promotional branding is brilliant because it does.
I think Thunder Rose is back now. She came out last week, but it was more. In WWE, it happens all the time, and you just have to okay. But like AEW make a point of like they've got win-loss records on there.
Yeah.
But then they have this big wanky celebration, and Tony Khan's out like, "Oh, well done." You know, like the same reason I got annoyed when they brought out flowers to Sasha and Bayley.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
don't get me started on Sasha Banks.
That was on March 17th.
Wait till you see Friday's SmackDown, Russ. If you don't like crying promos at the end of title matches.
Jesus Christ.
with Natalia.
I've not seen it. Jesus Christ. Well, we'll get
I watched it live, and my initial thoughts were, God, this Ross would like to go for this.
Nobody's asking me. Nobody asked for Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler to be tag team champions. But I can tell you what, everybody in the world would rather them be champions than looking Tamina and Natalia.
We have Natalia on 2 shows now. So. If you didn't like Robert,
talk about somebody who needs to get released.
This
get rid of him.
This match does what it needs to do.
Yeah, it's just a squash, isn't it? That's all it was.
It's fine. But like I say, kudos to Britt Baker for putting what seemed to be a bit of a weird start behind her to coming good.
My only criticism is
Julia Hartley-Brewer, like she's not been a fucking weirdo on Twitter for like 2 seconds to have a wrestling match.
Yeah,
nice.
My only criticism is it was the only women's involvement at all.
I think they do get a bit criticised, don't they, for their...
This is what I heard.
From what I've read, I don't know how true that is, but yeah. But there was rumours, wasn't it, Tessa Blanchard was going to go there? I think they've been quashed, and then rumours...
Actually, I wouldn't touch her with a basketball.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Blanchard.
But
if the rumours behind the scenes are true, which they probably are.
That was one of the rumours that she was going there, but...
there should just be more. I don't know why...
Yes, right. You're going to play devil's advocate for AEW. The main event was like the full second half of the show, wasn't it?
Yeah, to be fair.
So you don't have as much time on the card.
Yeah.
Did you also notice as well that there was no fans in the crowd for these matches?
I can't say it did.
No.
I knew it was taken differently.
So this is what we were talking about then, of it being piped in. I think this is why they were getting
it wasn't like piped in. What they did was because it
was shown on a screen, wasn't it?
Shown on a screen, and
they must have got the live reaction of that crowd. Yeah, because when they were doing the promos, you could hear it twice. You could hear it on a little 1, 2, 3. Then it came out like a little delay. You could just hear it, which is fine because I think most people knew it was happening anyway. So there's no point in trying to cover it up. Why would you? You wouldn't, would you? So
yeah, they couldn't because they couldn't get the cage up and down because obviously it's a amphitheater, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a weird little venue, isn't it? I like the venue though. I think it's cool.
I just on the women. I know the second half. I just think WWE do this. Every promotion in the world does it. Apart from the ones who are all women, they have one women's field. I just think my cut up now. You got enough wrestlers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Just put them in non-title fields like you would other people.
To be fair, WWE are a prime example for that. Like
they're as bad.
They're just as. And
NXT did good at it, but NXT is like roughly 50-50, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, until you get to TakeOver for some reason.
Yeah, the WWE they just decide that. Two women's field to better put the tag team champions.
But like you say, main roster women's WWE is just
horrendous because Tamina's got a fucking title. Yeah, the
I saw that
still about.
SmackDown's women division has 8 people in it.
That's enough though. That's enough. It's enough to have 2 feuds going at one time.
True.
Then we get a segment I actually quite enjoyed. It was Technique by Taz. I didn't realise he was a heel manager at this point.
Yeah.
I thought, what the fucking hell are they doing here?
I think he's with, is he with Brian Cage?
Brian Cage, yeah.
Who is just a scary looking man.
The FTW, isn't he?
He's just a scary looking man, is Brian Cage.
I watched on Lucha Underground. He ripped the old belt in half and then came out wearing both parts.
Oh.
Kind of like
then they got a new massive belt.
Hang on, like Leigh Cole's half and half belt.
But it was just he wasn't even a champion. Prince Puma was still a champion. He just attacked him and ripped his belt in half.
Do you know what? That's great.
He had a match the week after he came out wearing both halves.
But as I say, I think he's a scary, scary looking man.
And this is technically bad times on Christine Cage. battle the old cages. Basically, Taz just shitting over him, and saying, "You've been out the ring too long, pal."
Yeah, first I was like, "This is weird." I was like, "Oh no, Taz the heel."
I liked it.
Yeah,
because why would you not do that?
I had no problem with it.
I like Taz. I think it's great.
I like Taz. Funny. Everything Taz can do. I especially like Taz.
Still not recovered from Jerry Lawler jumping.
Yes, that's my favourite bit about Taz. Jerry Lawler jumping out of top. But yeah, is that the best moment we've ever seen? Yes.
But yeah,
Darby Allin was just as good as
it was not.
It was.
But yeah, I thought this was quite good, trying to expose the face, as a heel.
I feel for Christian. He's not going to do well, is he? He ain't going to be world champ.
No,
I don't like his t-shirt.
I would have much rather like so obviously like Rusev or Miro now. It's kind of weird, hasn't it? Like
he had a slow start though, didn't he, Miro?
Yeah,
very slow start.
Ty Dillinger revival there in the main event now, but Christian, it's just he's one of the ones where I think it was you just want to see him. I wanted to just have that last tag run with Edge.
Yeah.
Going in the Hall of Fame when his fans back. Do you know what I mean? That's what I wanted for Christian. Like we didn't need this.
He's just going to be mid card, isn't he? And he's
just going to be another wrestler. Like I think like WWE would have, WWE like you can't say they don't treat the legends well for the most part. They treat them like they put them on top of cat, don't they? Like,
apart from Jim Ross, but we'll gloss over that.
Yeah, well.
Oh, I got sent a picture yesterday of Jim Ross dressed as a sailor. You seen it?
Why is that a thing?
Just says Jim Ross sailor. It was a Halloween special of SmackDown, and there was Taz and Jim Ross commentary. You just got to Google the picture. Like it's a lot better.
I'm doing it right now.
Jim Ross just looks so fucking unimpressed.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ!
Honestly, Vince was just I'm gonna dress him as a sailor.
I feel so sorry for Jim Ross. He properly got the piss taken out of him, didn't he?
It's because Taz doesn't look that bad, does he?
I was going to say Taz looks very good.
They always do this, don't they? Like he's Saxon now, I guess, isn't it? But
yeah. I feel sorry.
Yeah, someone said that.
Really do.
That's hilarious. And it got me thinking. So, what other things has Jim Ross been unimpressed by? So I got into the classic clip of Michael Cole telling Jerry Lawler, with all due respect, anal bleeding, and then
Jesus,
and then Booker T just goes, "What?" And Jim Ross just goes, "Oh." I
wonder if they knew that was going to happen.
Jim Ross did not. I think Michael called it because you could see he was trying to stifle a laugh when he went, with all due respect. But I think the other two had no idea.
Do you think they edited and they thought, there's no way he's going to say that? He ain't going to say that.
For as much praise we sing WWE sometimes, they don't have to do some shit as well. Sometimes,
no, they're not complicit. WWE. That's why I think both should be called out equally.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I don't know. I think it's funny. I think like the thing with JR is like when you listen to like his recollections of it and Bruce Pritchard, it's like I think they just thought he took himself too seriously.
Yeah, I get that. I can see that.
But then you can see it from his point of view, like he's just not a fan of it, is he? So
no. So stop it.
Yeah,
that's why he's like.
Going back to Jim Ross, I think he probably enjoyed calling this next match as well. The 4-way tag match.
So the 4-way tag match then. This is for AEW.
I forgot this match. Yeah,
it's the number one contendership, isn't it? Is it? Yeah. I assume it was this week.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was, and of course the fucking Young Bucks win. We'll get right. We'll say that at the end.
We should just do it AEW every week. I'm enjoying this.
So we got Varsity Blondes, which is Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr.
Brian Pillman Jr.'s mullet is. We don't have many mullet watches these days, but what a brute! What a boy this was! What a
decent mullet!
What an entry this was into the Mullet Hall of Fame.
We've got Jurassic Express, which is the Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy.
I love Jurassic Express. Jurassic Express are brilliant.
I don't think that they're all that. The Luchasaurus. Somebody called him Botchasaurus on Twitter, and I watched a lot of watches. Which is again, I'm in a close.
The thing is, though, it's easy to say. To look at botches, I'm not defending him out because everyone makes them, but when you put a clip together on just botches, you're going to see that's all you're going to see in it.
It was a lot though.
Yeah, but everyone makes.
I think it's smart. So you got to wrestle dinosaur. Right?
Yeah. This is a company that brands itself on, sportsman-like feel. They've got a wrestling dinosaur, a fucking alien.
I like Jurassic Express. I think
we've got SCU.
They're harmless, aren't they?
They are harmless.
They're
SCU.
Kazarian and
Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian.
This is the worst town I've ever been in. I love that.
And we've got the Acclaimed, which is Anthony Bowens and Max Caster.
Fuck yes.
To the Acclaimed.
I love these guys. You know I love a good musical entrance.
Yeah, when they wrap themselves to the ring.
Brilliant. What I loved about this one, though, especially, was when he called them the Young Cucks.
Yeah.
I don't think he meant to say it, because he kind of gave himself a look of like, very much like Booker T, of like, whoa. I just said that. And that infamous incident.
Maybe they changed the result there and then.
Yeah,
they were going to win.
No, because SCU had to win. They were like the Ric Flair gimmick on the air.
I was going to say, they were doing it where the next match they lost, they split up.
I mean, I didn't very much know about this, to be fair. SCU win after a moonsault pile driver.
I didn't.
I just watched. I did enjoy it. It's probably one of my favourite matches.
The thing is, I think when you don't make a lot of notes, it probably just shows how much you're actually enjoying something. To me, I felt as though the finish didn't need the moonsault.
No,
I felt as though it's a little bit overdone. That doesn't need it.
Indie-rific on it. It's like a big indie show. I tell you what, I was thinking of this show, and I think I thought this when the Acclaim came out, which I loved. I reckon you would have, if you go to an AEW tip and a WWE tip, you would have a much better time at AEW tip, I think.
Yeah, I think you would. I think it's
very much for
it's very raw and it's very
indie fans.
It's like a big indie show, isn't it? That's not in a disrespectful way. Like, it's like a big indie show, yeah.
That's their market, isn't it? All indie fans.
Right, I'm putting this out there now. If AEW come to England, I want to go.
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah, I'll probably go. I mean, I was going to go to fucking Well the Spot. That when I watched it.
Yeah,
we'll take Cousin Tom.
Yeah, you'd love that.
Yeah. Take Aaron Franklin.
Take Cousin Tom on a day out.
Yeah, take her a day out. Shout out if you listen to Tom. We'll treat you.
So SCU win the match, and like Lou said, if they lose, the next match they lose, they'll split up. So of course they go against the Young Bucks this week on Dynamite and lose.
I think go straight to a break, but it's fine.
I'm going to pick up on the bloody breaks here. In fact, I'll do it in the main event.
I'm just saying, right? Everyone kicked off about the Iconics split up. I wasn't asked. Is this not the same thing? Is this not the same thing?
I think Daniels is retiring, isn't he?
He's a lot older than what you think.
It's like 50.
So it's Kazarian. Kazarian's like 45, I think.
Yeah, you were thinking Kaz is like quite young, don't you? Because he's been like TNA for like 20 years.
he's always stood next to
Daniels, yeah.
They were both in TNA for years, weren't they? Like in TNA's peak, when it was like AJ Styles, Abyss, Daniels, Kazarian, all that lot. These were like the top guys in it, and that was when TNA was genuinely brilliant. And what was that, like 2007?
Yeah, so they've been around. Yeah. They're like legends of the game. So of course they got split up on a fucking weekly show by the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I didn't realize how long they'd tagged together. To be honest, it's been like 10 years, hasn't it?
They're like best friends, I think, in real life, aren't they?
So yeah, it could have been done better, to be honest. Like,
I wonder if they maybe didn't want to go out in a big blaze of glory, because some people when they're like that, they're quite humble, aren't they, as well?
No, but right, even if they don't want to, I think the fans deserve it. Yeah. Sometimes you've got to put the fans first.
I also think as well, because their next pay per view is going to be in front of a full house.
Yeah,
do it there.
Because the Young Bucks are facing two lads at the beginning, Eddie Kingston and Moxley out there. What's the next pay per view? Double or Nothing.
Right.
Yeah, but that would have been a better match, really, wouldn't it? I think.
I just think even if they didn't want to do it, I think the fans deserve to see them.
Yeah.
In the last match. If they're never going to tag again, that's just going to be shenanigans.
It was very much like right out the back door. Kind of. It wasn't as bad as the Iconics, because the Iconics was like 5 minutes before. Like, you had literally 5 minutes to build to lose the split up. Like,
but
it'd been taking longer, hadn't
it? Yeah. I wonder if they might do something anywhere, though. You know, like get them out like that you wouldn't see and do something like an appreciation thing.
Like a dark segment or something.
Yeah.
Dark segment, though. It's not in front of the fans, really, is it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. But no, I just want to go out to the Acclaimed. I really loved it. Just rip on everyone.
They were good.
I don't know if I like that, actually, or not.
What, why?
I don't know.
I don't know why. What's hate on here?
I'm just not a massive fan of those types.
Yeah, gosh, you're not.
Fuck you.
I genuinely, I agree with you. I want the Eclipse to win.
No, I want
Jurassic Express to win, so.
How shy, you were saying like SE's exit was shy. Imagine if they just didn't get pinned in this and lost.
Yeah, well, no, because you could see he didn't lose if they didn't get pinned.
Yeah. No, but I'm sure like Shivani said in it, he was like, they could lose the careers without even getting pinned.
That'll put butts in seats.
I like musical, Joe Hendry. Who else is it?
Truth.
Truth. Yeah, but his was like, I like it when they run down their opponents, to be honest. Like, they proper beat on them.
Truth and Road Dogg.
The Rock's rock concerts from back in the day. They were great. Cena. He used to rap.
Cena when Cena was cool, yeah.
He used to rap back in the day, yeah. Elias. How did I forget Elias?
Yeah. Because he's not on TV anymore.
He's on TV every week.
He should be in the next henchman match because that's all he is now.
Yeah, he's got his own henchman now, hasn't he?
Yeah, they're racist, aren't they?
Yeah, Jackson Trump's about
Right, how... I won't go into that.
How you said the other two got released and he didn't? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah. That's true. That's what we're all asking.
Yeah, I don't know what fucking Drake wears. No, let's look at that.
Oh, don't go into that. Don't go into that. Right.
We'll move on then. Tony Schiavone is stood outside the cage. Interviews Kenny Omega. Orange Cassidy comes out. Big freshly squeezed chant.
Don't like Orange Cassidy.
Oh yeah, Peter says him, doesn't
he? Don't get it. Just do not get it.
I do it, Peter.
I just don't get it.
He's freshly squeezed.
I fucking freshly squeeze a shit out my ass every week. I don't make a promo about it, do I? Every week, every day. Sorry.
So
I don't just do it once a week. But do you know what I mean?
I don't think that's what Orange Cassidy's doing, is it? I misread the character.
That's not what
he's talking about, is it?
I just don't get it. I don't get it. Don't like it. Don't get it.
But he's in the title pitch now, isn't he? With
I think that's why it's like okay. I think it's better when he was like when he was doing that comedy shit. Like when I watched All Out for the first time. No. Double or Nothing was the first one I watched, and he was like in a battle royal, and he was just like he just couldn't be asked, could he? And that was his whole gimmick. And he was just like kicking Tommy Dreamer and shins. Just like. Yeah, I don't know.
How long can that last for? Right, rather than become a wrestler.
Yeah. How long can that last before it becomes boring? Very fucking quickly.
But then, like when you're in the world title picture, surely you must be like, okay, that's not my gimmick anymore.
This
is the problem with AEW's gimmicks.
I don't think it's not just an AEW gimmick. This is it.
No, I'm not. But this isn't AEW's fault. This is the wrestlers, and this is why sometimes you need to be told the gimmick. They work well in the indies where they're not there for very long, so that's a novelty in it. Yeah. Seeing them, and because then they'll go to a different show and they'll do the same thing, and it's different fans. But when you're then on weekly TV, you realise that all these gimmicks is nothing to them at all.
Yeah,
and you can't book a TV show on that. They need their own gimmicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
But in his storyline, like he does when he tries, is really good.
Yeah,
he's meant to.
He has to get fired up.
Yeah, but how long does that last for? There's nothing there, is it?
Till his world champion Ross. This is the arc. We're on it.
It's like the Alien. Yeah, it works in the indies, but this is why sometimes you need to be told what your gimmick's going to be.
Apparently, everyone was like telling like the alien gimmick shit, so she's painted more of her face now, so she looks more like an alien. So make it better.
But no, right. The prime example for me is Sami Zayn. He wanted to do his El Generico gimmick in WWE, and he said, no, it's got no legs. And he was a bit annoyed about it, but I think the proof's in the pudding. Sami Zayn, he's not exactly had a bad career, has he?
Oh, of course. What was his name in NXT? Like El Local or something like that.
Yeah, there's nothing there, is he? Do you know what I mean?
No, I remember saying it on, what was the show? Is it Breaking Ground or Proving Ground? Breaking Ground. Proving Ground's NGW.
Proving Ground NGW,
Yeah, I remember telling like the class there, like, look, I had this gimmick, I was married to it, but then like I had to let it go and start again. Yeah,
so I think that's AEW should start doing that if they're going to want to be a.
They'll have to with Orange Cassidy at some point.
Yeah, I know they want to be the indie scene, don't they? Because that's their market, but they also don't want to be because they want to be a big company, don't they? And if they're going to get anywhere near rival in WWE, just to be fair, they're not doing a bad job at. I just think for the longevity, they need to start acting more like a company.
Yeah, no, I completely get what you mean.
Rather than an indie wrestling fed.
Yeah.
What else we got? We've got an interview with Miro. He just says no, basically.
He announces his match, doesn't he, next week?
Yeah. And that was the winner. We've got Blood and Guts then as the next match.
Here we go.
This is between the Pinnacle, which is Cash Wheeler, Dax Howard. Still don't know which way around they are. MJF, Sean Spears, and Wardlow.
Cash is the one with hair. Dax is the bald one.
Right. Okay. They're out come up with Tully Blanchard.
So Cash was Dash.
Yes, Cash was Dash and Dax was Dawson.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they're against the Inner Circle, which is Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz.
Right.
Before the match.
Before we get into it.
What?
One is light, one is dark. All dressed in all white. They're the light.
Yeah, they're
all dark.
Do you know what? I've noticed that, but the ones in all white are the fucking heels.
Yeah, that's what I don't get.
I think it's a good call. I think it's a good call to draw all white.
I wonder if that's what they're saying, that they're the light and that's the way you should go, whereas the dark light saying, no, we're the ones, do you know what I mean? Kit, stay dark and you good. I don't know.
I think you're reading too much into that.
Well, I think that's my perspective on it.
It was a good call because they all got covered in blood and it looks even more offensive than that.
Yeah.
Wearing white.
Anyway, I was going to say, the Cage, AEW have had a lot of stick for their production values. I thought the Cage looked better than any of WWE's WarGames.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with the Cage.
There's a gap between it, though, and the ring, isn't there, which was weird, because I don't think WWE have that, do they?
No, and someone fell down the side of it.
Yeah.
They've got the steel grey, and they can use it for a few spots, don't they? In the WarGames in America.
Yeah, fair do.
All America.
The WarGames in America. Right, okay, I suppose that makes sense. But to be fair, I think it looks a cool little...
I thought the Cage was very, very impressive.
Structure. Yeah.
I was pleased.
I like that they put a roof on it.
I like the roof.
Because, this is what Triple H said, they didn't put a roof on the WarGames cage in NXT because, modern wrestling is all about high spots. But AEW thought, well, we could just put a roof on. We'll just make it higher.
Yeah.
Genius.
Do the high spots as well.
Yeah, genuinely, really good. But it means you just can't get any Lex Luger just gorilla pressing people into the cage.
Yeah, because it's actually got some height on it as well.
That's what we want.
Yeah, that is... No,
they got Big Show. They should have got Big Show in there just to come in and just slam someone into the...
Yeah, that's what's he doing, Paul White?
Yeah.
Not a lot.
He's a commentator on Dark,
on a fair show, yeah.
So we start off with Dax Howard and Sammy Guevara. Then Sean Spears.
Think Sammy Guevara is a very, very talented man. I liked him from the moment I saw him in AEW. I think he's great. I know his personal things are questionable, but in the ring, I think he's absolutely brilliant.
Oh my gosh!
I was disappointed we didn't get his entrance music.
Does he still wear the wolf thing?
I don't know, but he's got his music just goes Sammy Guevara, and then it starts. It's great. I don't know why I love it so much, but
yeah, I think Sammy Guevara is a star in the making.
You know, I'm sick of though with Sammy Guevara and Angel Garza and anyone who's young and Mexican origin. Right. Everyone's like, "Oh, they like a young Eddie Guerrero." It's lazy and it's racist. Stop it.
Yeah, it is.
Say it all the time. Just it does my head in. Anyone who's young and Hispanic, it's just it's like a young Eddie Guerrero. Just let them be their own people. Don't put that pressure on them.
It's like saying anybody who's bald. Oh, yeah, white and bald. New Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Well,
it was like when
Ted Peters is not the new Stone Cold. You're not young. You're about 58.
What?
But no, it's like when City were nearly signed. We're talking 30, 40 years ago now. When Neil Dan's nearly signed for All City.
I thought you were going to say Neil Diamond then. Fucking Neil Diamond.
But he's played with Casey, hasn't he? To be fair.
Yes.
And everyone was like, "Oh yeah, we could do with that young Edgar Davids type." But it's like you realise he plays nothing like him.
And he was 32 at the time, wasn't he?
Yeah, but it's you know what I mean? He plays nothing like him.
He wasn't 32. He wasn't 32 at the time, but he's talking about ass there, isn't he? Isn't he about 35 now?
He's older than what you think.
It's been out for ages, hasn't he?
He's older than what you think.
Yeah, but when we nearly signed him from Colchester, he was pretty young.
He's 38 now. No, it was after Leicester, wasn't it? That's when we were linked with him.
No, it was before Leicester. It was before Leicester because
before Leicester, wasn't it?
Pearson joined Leicester, wasn't he? And he said something to him because he joined Leicester instead of us.
That might be what I'm thinking of then.
I thought it was a Colchester time, 2006.
2011 it was.
No, 2011. So
he turned his phone off because Nigel Pearson kept ringing him, and then Nigel Pearson went back to Leicester and went, "Oh, you won't be turning your phone off now," and basically that was it. He was gone.
So he was 28.
Yeah. But anyway, my point was,
yeah,
they were just saying that because they had the same hairstyle.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And it's the same with Sammy Guevara. Just he's very good. But yeah, it's just why make the lazy Eddie Guerrero comparisons? In fact, he might have said it. Someone said it. It was one of the wrestlers. It was him, Andrade, and Angel Garza all getting the comparisons at the same time.
Yeah.
And one of them just said, I think Miami Angel guys actually said, look, this is really lazy.
It's like any mass wrestlers in New Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Let him be someone else. Yeah. Like that. I agree with it. Sean Spears, then, he comes in next. He's got a steel chair.
He's the chairman.
He did an unprotected chair shot.
He loves him, doesn't he? He nearly killed Cody Rhodes on his debut, didn't he? You see that one?
I know that they gimmick the chairs, don't they?
They must do. They didn't the first time because it fucked. Well, no, he missed it, didn't he? And hit him with back of the chair, like the seat part.
Yeah,
the back of the seat part.
But just don't do it.
Yeah. Everyone's used to, like, you don't need unprotected chair shots now because we're all used to. It's like Triple H's sledgehammer. Like, if you're attacking someone with a sledgehammer in real life, you're not putting your hand over the end. Like, you know what I mean? It looks stupid.
Yeah.
It's the wrestling way you're doing things.
It's like clearing the announce table.
Yeah, it's just a wrestling thing that you do, and it's fine.
Even in the old stuff, you watch him and you think, oh, I know, but this is 2 weeks ago, and you're like, oh, come on.
I like it when they chuck the chairs at each other.
Yeah, because you get your hands up and it's fine, can't you? Like,
I don't mind using chairs.
I always think when they chuck the chairs at each other, it always looks a lot more brutal.
Yeah, and it sounds brutal as well.
You can still get your hands up, can't you?
I know what you're saying. I do know what you're saying.
Unprotected chairs, I just don't do him. There's no need for him. They could have done the exact... He didn't add anything, did it? He didn't win it with it. It was in the first 2 minutes of him coming in.
That's his gimmick, is the chairman.
It's horrible. Then Ortiz comes in. Cash Wheeler then comes in next. Then Santana comes in. Then we get Wardlow. Then we get Jake Hager. Finally, the last two, MJF. And then Jericho.
Right. Got an issue.
Go on, Peters.
I know it's not AEW's fault, but my God, the breaks in this match are fucking annoying, aren't they? Because you miss quite a lot of stuff in those breaks. Like, the turnbuckle comes off, doesn't it? You miss that. Yeah. The ring's ripped up. You miss that.
Yeah.
You miss people come in. And I know, and I'm not slagging AEW off because it's not their fault, but it'd be nice if they could just post-product something and just show a little highlight reel for us. You know, that's my only criticism of
on TNT in America.
And I know that's not AEW.
Yeah, on TNT in America, they do picture-in-picture.
Yeah.
So you see, you don't hear the commentary because the advert's on, but you see what's happening. But like, you know, when Sky Sports News leaves the side up.
Yeah, but then it says, and welcome back after the commercial break, and then it just shows it quickly.
But they could do it for the international views as well. Because Britain's got to be a big market being on RTV4. They get higher ratings than WWE over here, don't they? Like, obviously.
I just wish they had something like that. I just wish, because, like I say, the turnbuckles come off, you're thinking, oh my God, that looks amazing. Like, because obviously it's like a little spear in it, essentially.
And it rips the ring up.
Yeah, they rip the ring up. You just want to see what's happening. And people come in, because, like, Wardlow's obviously quite a huge guy. Did he come in, like, break everyone down to start with?
Because Excalibur says that's what he should have done when Jake Hager comes in and does that.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Do you know what I mean? But until someone says that, if Excalibur said that, we wouldn't have known, and that's my problem. And I know that's not AEW's fault. I know it's the ITV thing, but it just disrupted it a little bit too much for me, unfortunately, because there was a lot in this match. And I know it's the last half an hour, but spread them out as well.
Yeah, no.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I actually made a good point.
Yeah, no, yes, selling point.
First time ever.
And like I said, and it's not a point against AEW either. It's just a general.
Kind of.
No, I think we've been positive. I think we've been positive in general.
I think we've been more positive than we have been at AEW.
I get why they've done it on TV because it pops a huge rating, and it was probably because of the match setup. It was easier to do it.
Yeah.
But I think the two teams are facing off again in a stadium stampede at the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But traditionally, if we're back in normal times, it is an arena. This is a pay-per-view match, isn't it, all day long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
It's going to be interesting to see what a stadium stampede's like in a full crowd. Because obviously it worked well last year, didn't it? But it is going to be interesting to see what that's like.
Yeah. So the end of the match then, MJF goes to the top of the cage. Jericho follows him up. He's about to hit him with a ring. There's blood everywhere, which you can see Jericho holding something in his hand for the old blood job.
Oh, is he bleeding? Yeah, I was going to say he's got the fake blood. I don't like bleeding.
Well, I don't know what he's got. I'm assuming he's bladed, but he's got. You can see he's laid down. He's got something in his hand that he's trying not to drop through the cage.
Oh God, imagine that though. If you're just like looking up and it's like the Lenny, I know when he gets
well, he gets the coin in his head.
Put it back in.
You know, I thought that when he said Lenny, I immediately thought of Mice and Men, and I was trying to think, does he get blinded in that? I think he's just shot in the back of the head, doesn't he?
I think like Homer's trying to improve Ben's image in it or something, so they're throwing money out, but they throw coins out.
Yeah, they're throwing coins out, aren't they?
He let his eye. It's like, check it out. Then he starts pouring.
Yeah, they take it out. Put it back in. Put it back in. It's like that bit on Family Guy where Stuart Griffin gets a massive bit of glass stuck in his head. Do I leave it in? Do I take it out? Do I leave it in? Take it out?
But you can't see, can you?
Yeah, they just turns his head. It's just like there. Yeah. Yeah, that'd have been quite brutal, wouldn't it? That? Just look up and there's just a fucking razor.
If they could plan it,
it'd
be a great spot.
Oh God. So they go to the top of the key. MJF is about to throw Jericho off. Sammy Guevara surrenders because you can only win by submission or surrender. And then he says, "All right, I won't do it." Then he goes, "Does anyone?"
Yeah, bastard move.
The bastard, yeah. And Tony Giovanni's not happy about it, is he? Christ.
No, he's not. Well, I like Tony Giovanni. He's always been like that at WCW as well. He's the best commentator. He holds his commentaries together, doesn't he? Let's be honest. Like,
yeah. JR, what is the point in being there?
I feel bad about but JR sounds like bloody, he did like he did on Wild Spot, like, or when he was like doing like voiceovers for like 2K. Like, I don't know. It's just something about him now. It shouldn't sound right.
He sounds like a video game recording.
You can tell he's new.
Yeah.
And you can tell he's used to doing play-by-play. And it's like, there's got 3 play-by-play guys, hasn't it?
Which is weird, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, what did you think of the end spot, Ross? I know we discussed it last week.
I don't
mind it. I just think you've gone to make the cardboard look like metal or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Paint the bottom.
Yeah.
It's cardboard, isn't it? It's not wood.
No, it looked like wood because it looked
it's cardboard.
No, apparently it was plywood.
I was going to say it looked like plywood.
Yeah, and if Jericho actually did get injured, he dislocated
his arm's all messed up, isn't it?
I just think
6 weeks. Yeah,
you've gone to all the trouble of making the top because I've not got an issue. I don't want him to be thrown on concrete. I don't want him to be thrown on metal. I don't want him to be thrown on
you do.
If you do, my issue is you've gone to all that trouble to make the top look like metal grate. Mm-hmm. Just paint the bottom, and it would have been fine.
Yeah. I think as well, put like a layer of black underlay or something just on top of the crash mat as well, so you don't just see him go like that as well. Just put something between the mat and the board, and you're fine.
Yeah, I enjoy the concept of underlay actually.
Yeah, we all know about the concept of underlay.
Yeah.
But I think there was a shot where you see Jericho get pushed off the top, like as a wide shot. Leave that as your shot, and then zoom in on him. And I think again, you're going to get less sticks.
Yeah, they showed so many great angles of it afterwards.
Yeah,
there was like two replays where it like the one where he was like miles out and he looked a bit like Shane McMahon's at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
It was just a bad camera angle. But what I hated more when I watched it, because I saw that and I was like, okay, that looks shit, like on Twitter. But when I watched it back, what I hated more was that Sammy Guevara was outside the cage begging him. Because so he goes, "Oh, we'll surrender if you don't throw him off," and then so he surrenders, and then someone goes, "Oh, nice one." Like, you'd still climb up there and try and stop it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, check on your mate.
At that point, just like, "Oh, nice one." Yeah, well, we've lost the match, but at least he's not going to throw him off. But he hoists him off. I just looked like he could have easily stopped it because I think it was him and
everyone's pretty much out the cage.
Like, it would have been better if somehow like they got out and the door was locked again.
Yeah, so if MJF could have got out and then locked the door behind them.
Yeah, so that was like that bothered me more than the actual drop, I think. Well, the drop was fine, obviously. The impact shot.
I think this. I said it last week. This is where I know he gets a slag at Kevin Dunn, but Kevin Dunn doesn't get them shots wrong.
No.
This is where the difference.
I think it's the experience as well, isn't it? I think once they get that experience, they will know not to do that again.
Yeah, and I can see why they kind of, because obviously there's that Matt Hardy one where he missed the table and nearly died.
Yeah.
So I can see why they're being conscious, and again, that's not the point that people are making. Like, some people probably do make that, but like the fucking weirdos, and like it's not representative of like WWE stands.
No, in general. The argument of you didn't like this spot, so you want them to fall on concrete is ridiculous. Yeah. I liked the spot. I just wish they'd put a bit more effort into covering
the second and third camera angles, like when you showed it from like even a guy like who filmed it on his phone. Yeah, but apparently as well, an interesting like thing that I saw was because I'm like on Fightful Select, and I saw like at the beginning like. Like,
my name's remarkable. I'm on Fightful Select.
yeah. Well, you could have I'm a broadcast journalist, right? I get my sources, right? But anyway, they'd reported from the arena beforehand, and someone in the crowd had said there appears to be a crash mat outside, so they'd not put it together before they let the fans in.
Right.
So everyone knew that spot was going. And then when you watch it now, you can tell that everyone was avoiding that part of the stage.
Did you notice as well there was a little platform
Yeah.
Stand on when he felt, which again is fine because they do it on.
Well, there was a because I saw
the platform they made look good because it was all the way around the cage.
And they made the platform. WE do it on their cage as well, don't they? So it's not like it's just in one spot, so you know that.
I don't mind stuff like that, and I wouldn't have minded if they just painted the wood black.
What on the underside?
It was the fact that they tried to make it look like the metal.
Well, they've put some sort of like vinyl cover on it, haven't they?
So if you're going to do that, they'll do the bottom.
Like, it's concrete, and it's like it's not concrete though.
Do you know what? Even if they'd have just left it as bare wood, it'd have been better. Just finish it.
But I think if you don't use that camera shot, by the time it all settled, you couldn't tell it was wood or cardboard or whatever it was. Anyway.
You didn't know, but no one would have picked up.
But apparently, it was plywood on top of cardboard boxes because that's what they do in the Hollywood sense.
I was going to say it did look like plywood just purely from the way it splinters.
Yeah. But yeah, I never knew that. I always presumed they landed in film, but apparently Hollywood stuntmen land in cardboard boxes. So it's done.
It's just put a bit more effort in to make it look real.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
that's all it was. It's just they've done it twice now. There's the infamous explosion where it just looked. I mean, this wasn't as bad as that by any means because that was on pay-per-view. That was a disaster. And then they built their audience back up again. And then they pulled this shit, and it dropped. It was the lowest number they've had unopposed, wasn't it? This week. And I'm not saying it was all because of that, because a lot of people would have tuned in like we did just to watch Blood and Guts.
I think I think a lot of people anywhere would have tuned in.
But it's like you're not keeping people invested because you just keep doing stupid shit. Stop doing it,
and then don't pretend that it's concrete. Just
feed it
because that's going to hurt anyhow.
Yeah,
you know what I
Vince
mean?
probably goes too far with his producing. Although apparently Tom Phillips is a lot of it now. No, but they need someone to just say look, this is the start. This is what's going to happen. This is the story. This is what you should say.
Yeah.
So you don't get this Excalibur going, oh, they're on top of concrete, because it's like Tony Khan, or whoever's producing the back, knows that he's going to fall through cardboard boxes in a second. So surely he's like, mate, don't say that. Fuck's sake.
You could just say he's going to get thrown from the cage because the cage is high enough.
AEW need a bit of discipline. That's what I'm saying, right? All the way through. It's the inmates running the asylum, and it's going to. Well, they're already fighting backstage, apparently, are they?
It's going to be it's WCW 2.0, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit. I will say as well, I kind of like how they've just kind of decided that they're like WCW's legacy now. They always get around it, don't they? By God, it's the first time on TNT for like 20 years. Yeah. They're basically pretending to be continuation.
Like you say, they're admitting it, so fair play to them.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I just think it's. I like the way they do it. It's quite clever.
I think, Matt, do you know what? I enjoyed this show.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and if I had time, I probably would watch it weekly.
If it's an hour and a half every week, I don't think that's bad, really. Like you say, I think it's quite good.
I think if they iron the kinks out, I just think that, and I get why they need the elite for the audience. I get that, but let's just. I think it's not even the elite. It's Cody Rhodes.
No, it's the Young Bucks as well.
It's just.
I think they should start phasing them out of the top position. To be fair, they have done that with Cody. He just doesn't act like it. Like Cody's not been in the main event for a long time.
No, but I got the sense of it was when they did it with Roman. The argument Roman's getting pushed in front. It's like, no, it's not that one. No, he's the US champion. He's not getting pushed in front.
Yeah.
But then he was main event. And I get the same thing with Cody Rhodes, where
and he was like when he was TNT champion, he was like, well, this is just as important as the world title, actually.
Yeah.
Actually.
He's not in the title picture, but I get the feeling he got the longest match apart from the Blood and Guts.
Yeah.
He got them. There was loads of shenanigans around it. His match felt like the biggest deal. That wasn't the.
His entrance is stupid, and he gets there's a heel and face entrance, and he comes out in the middle, doesn't he? That annoys me. Don't like that. But on the whole, I enjoyed it. I will say, I still prefer watching 2 hours of SmackDown to 2 hours of AEW. I just because AEW had to hype up these big moments, whereas SmackDown just go, yeah, we've got Roman doing a promo, and I'm like, fuck yes, let's get involved.
Is that though because you're invested in that character? I'm not.
That's what I mean.
I'm not saying that just to be thingy. I'm not saying that.
No. I think that's the entire reason.
Do you think you then would have that same opinion on SmackDown?
Possibly, but then I only started watching SmackDown again because of Roman. And, you see clips of it, and you're like, oh, this looks really good. So
that's the only reason I say it is I'm not. For people saying, well, we're biased and that. What I more mean is, if you watched AEW, you probably would have the same feelings. But like I say, you've seen something on SmackDown that's gripped you. If you saw something on AEW that's gripped you, you'd probably go, do you know what? Yeah, I'll give that a go as well. It's that little hook.
Yeah,
that's it's just that's got you. But if they put this on,
their main stars are just bellends.
Yeah, that's it for me. And I don't like the fans. I don't love one of them.
Like the fans are annoying. But then you say that
the stars are annoying.
there's a lot of WWE fans who are really.
To be fair,
that's true.
I think anyone's a
including me on Twitter. Apparently,
I was going to say anyone's a bellend online anyway, aren't they? So.
But you know what I mean? Like it's just Kenny Omega's heel character just isn't as good as Roman's, I think, and that's what you need, like a strong main event scene. Because I think it was Jack Jabber who said on the Colaholic podcast, if you've got a strong main event scene, you can ignore everything else. You can just kind of forgive the bad stuff, like
WWE or WWF in the early 2000s.
Well, that's probably why Raw is shit and SmackDown's really good. Because SmackDown, you know what you're getting. It opens and closes with Roman and whatever his story is. And the middle is like, okay, we'll get some good stuff in the middle, mid-card, obviously. Apollo Crews and all that.
Yeah.
But saying that, I'm probably going to, I'll flick on AEW a bit more.
I'd probably watch.
I'd watch it over Raw. I
was going to say, if this was on a Monday, this would smash Raw to pieces.
And I can see why people prefer this to NXT because I like NXT, but it just feels so low budget in the performance center at the moment. Like it's just not as watchable.
I'd probably watch the next big show. I don't have time to watch it weekly. I don't watch WWE weekly. I only watch their pay-per-views. Yeah. So I'd probably do the same with this.
It's on a bank holiday.
Yeah, I'll probably do the same with this.
Yeah.
But it was all right.
Yeah, I thought their match was very good. It was just a shame that the ending was badly produced.
But we've said that a lot about with them. What WWE match? Mm-hmm. Match is really good. In the end, people don't have to finish, do they?
No, but this was a good finish. They just
badly done.
Messed up the execution of it. Yeah. Even the Sammy Guevara thing, him being outside the cage, I could forgive if the spot looked good.
Or if he'd been climbing up the cage as he's thrown off.
It was just the camera angles because it was like, oh, here's Sammy 2 meters away from him, and then he's going to throw him off. It just that camera should be not the camera should be sacked because he probably was just.
He's just following orders, isn't he? Yeah, he's just following.
Yeah, it was whoever produced it, whoever said like let's hold on this shot. It was just bad all around because you could see someone could stop it and they went, and then you could see him fall onto what looked like a crash mat. Like turns out that it was actually worse than it looked. Like they actually made it look safer than it actually was.
Yeah. No, I get that, but on the whole, a decent show. I thought.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyable.
Enjoyed it.
Good stuff. Good. I did enjoy it. What do we give it out of 10 then, Terry Patez?
7. I think it was all right. I think I enjoyed it. It makes me want to watch it again to see what else happens.
I'd give it about a 7. Is it an instant classic? No. But is it? Am I glad I watched it? Yeah, probably. Yeah.
It's a bit of a diamond in the rough.
I don't think it was the best thing I've ever seen. Like some people try to make it think.
What did you think it compared to NXT WarGames?
I haven't watched the recent one, but the War Game matches before that, I thought it was on a par.
This was more like the WCW War Games than NXT.
Yeah.
I think I always enjoy a War Game, so I enjoyed both. So
yeah,
I think War Games is a great concept. What about you?
This is closer to usual. I think I prefer the less violent high spot wrestling. I think we discussed this before, Annie. I'm not a fan of blood and weapons as much as
I don't mind blood and weapons. I'm a horrible human. So.
You see, I used to be a fan of the blood and the weapons, but I just think, knowing what you know now, I don't like the blood, and I don't like they use the could guys use the fork.
Yeah, that was a bit thingy. That was
just like what? Why? Yeah. If the crowd knows that they've been pumped in, I want to know to cheer or boo on this.
Yeah, but then again, it's like with NXT War Games, I've only seen them in front of a full arena, and it makes a hell of a difference. As I learned watching the FA Cup final yesterday.
Yeah.
Shite game, but how great was it when those goals went in?
Second half was good, better than first, but yeah.
It's fair. There's an absolute screamer on it.
Oh, it was just bloody end with the VAR.
Oh man,
fans going mental. It was just like bloody hell, football's back. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, they get to do another, because I don't mind doing another one. The name shit. Change the name. I don't know why they've called it this name, but change the name.
Yeah. It's too late. It's established now, isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
What was they calling it? I'm sure there was like all out assault or something. That would be better.
Yeah.
You know when they kept referring to it as like that was when the second half starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'd give it a 7. What would you give it out of 10?
7.5.
7.5.
8 seems like really good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're all in agreement there, though, aren't we?
Above average. I enjoyed it. I was glad we did it. It was a bit different. Something a bit different.
Something a bit different. So we've done something a bit different. For the first time we've done AEW. Next week, 994 WCW. Slamboree. We're coming back to the usual.
When Vader was out last week, we were like, we should watch some like old school WCW. See how good Vader was. And
is he on the card?
Yeah, no, he's in the main event.
Nah, if it is.
Main event is him against Sting for the WCW International World Heavyweight Championship.
Christ.
They've got 2 world titles at the moment. I can't remember why. There's a story behind it.
I'm sure we'll find out next week.
Yeah, Cactus Jack's on there. Young Steve Austin. Tully Blanchard, he was on this one. Steve Regal.
Steve Regal, the hell.
Dustin Rhodes in a Bull Rock match. It's all there. It's all happening.
It's all good stuff.
Lamboree, it's like their legends night in it.
Is it?
Yeah.
So we'll get the I'll think it was Lamboree, I think, isn't it?
It's going to be cheesy as fuck, and I can't wait.
Yeah, but it's early night is wrestling.
I was going to pick one of the later ones, but by that point it was just like a normal pay-per-view where this is just like, I think this is like the second Slamboree, and it's just cheesy as fuck, and it's going to be awesome.
This is what we need.
Yeah.
Right then, join us next week for that. Don't forget to join us tonight for Wrestle Around Mania Backlash.
Oh, it's a big one.
It is a hell of a card.
And also, there's I may have gone too fast, but there may be some hype videos before some of the matches.
Nice. This is what we need.
Yeah.
So just a quick rundown of the card.
But yeah, have I got it written down? I don't think I've written this
we've
one
got
down.
BMG vs Randy Anderson in a steel cage.
Yeah, we do. Can't run away from that. No, I've not written a card down. Fucking hell.
Just come along and find out.
Oh, no, I have. So we got the main event is Randy Hogan versus Kermit the Frog. You got your KFC Championship Samoa Joe with Ronald McDonald versus the Burger King. Restaurant Tag Team Championships ladder match, the Hair Business, Samoa Joe, Ronald McDonald, Taylor Peters and the Scroobius Gang versus Cultaholic, Big Metal Gorilla versus Randy Anderson, an open challenge from Bob Holly.
Bob in the Bank.
For the Bob in the Bank. I don't know why he's doing that, but that's what he's doing. He's putting it on the line.
He's been surprisingly quiet, I think.
He has, yeah. Remember that? Maybe I just need to get him on the card. That's what's going on there.
And the main event of Kevin the Frog versus the WWF champion.
Yeah, which has got a new title belt. There's a new title belt being debuted tonight.
New title belt?
Yeah, new title belt, along with the tag belts. Basically, I was making the tag belts, and I thought this looks too good to be tag belts. So I made it the World Championship. Yeah.
There we go. Finally found out the champion. They'll finally be able to fill that side of the screen, won't we? The tag champs.
Yeah, we will. That's going to be there.
So join us for that at 7:30 tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you, Terry Peters. Where can we find you? Bell Nation everywhere.
Bell Nation everywhere.
He's not plugged anything else, sure, has he?
No, he hasn't. He's scared, don't you know? Scared to plug stuff.
No.
Terry Peters.
Could have done it at the start, but I didn't. So
I heard that you were putting a fish on someone's head and then eating it after it had dandruff on it or something.
Yeah,
no way.
Joining him for shenanigans on streams.
Because he's doing
Fridays and Sundays.
He normally does football manager, but apparently he's just doing a barefoot stream. Bare football manager stream.
No. He really likes it if Miley's playing football manager. If you tell him what players you've signed, he really likes that. So just ask him. Just tell him. He's real helpful. He'll tell you. Also, if you want to do a netback save and you've got no one to do it with, Terry Peters is your man.
Oh yeah, apparently I'm your man for that.
So. Get him on Discord.
Right.
Just chat him up.
Bell Nation everywhere.
You can find Lou. He's Lou Markham on the old Twitter and Instagram. Yeah. I am at the Ross M on Twitter. And you can find us all wrestling around. Google us. Check us out on Twitch.
Twitch.tv/wrestlearound.
Be there or be squared.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to be.
B squared. He lost the other week. Then
exactly. Nobody wants to be then, do they?
No.
Oh, that's Luke. Everyone's favorite henchman, Luke Gallows against Arn Anderson, the henchman title.
Up the match, obviously, because henchman title always opens.
It's one of the things you can take to the bank. The henchman title, they open it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Terry Peters, for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lou, for joining me.
Thank you.
Hope sandwich was nice.
Do you know what? I was disappointed in lukewarm. I feel like it took like an hour to get here.
The guy crawled here with it.
The Java chip Frappuccino was amazing, though.
Well, there we go.
So, yeah.
Get one of them. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And join us next week where we cover WCW Slamboree 1994.